The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Good morning and welcome to Oils Behind Closed Doors by the Four Visions for Oils. We're here this morning to share with you some great information. We're going to start off with the Proverbs 21:20. There is oil in the house of the wise.
And I am Brenda.
I'm Janetta Dana.
And I'm Ruth Conwell.
And we have Regina here with us. And unfortunately, she's not able to be on camera with us today because she's not feeling well. But we're going to ask you to pray with her, pray for her as we continue to pray for her as well. So
we're going to start with our disclaimer. Some statements in this presentation have not been approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Our products are not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure, or to prevent diseases. Pregnant or lactation women and persons with known medical conditions should consult a physician prior to the use of any of our essential oils products.
okay, so as we go to our next slide, we want to talk about Resurrection Sunday.
Yes.
Yes, so this show is really dedicated to Resurrection Sunday. So we're going to talk about at the cross, the oils that they used on Jesus prior to and during and after.
Yes.
So as we look at our first oil that we want to talk about,
It's spikenard.
spikenard. As we move forward on our slide, we want to look at spikenard. And before we start, we want to give you a scripture that goes with that because Mary anointed Jesus. Martha anointed Jesus with spikenard. And the scripture is found in John 12, verses 1-3. And that 6 days before the Passover, Jesus arrived at Bethany, where Lazarus lived, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Here, a dinner was given in Jesus' honor. Martha served while Lazarus was among those reclining at the table with him. Then Mary took about a pint of pure spikenard, which is an expensive perfume. She poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with fragrance of the perfume.
And I have a sample of spikenard.
She's got spikenard here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we know that this was used, an oil that was used prior to him going to the cross. So this oil was a very precious and expensive oil.
Yes.
And they kind of didn't like the fact that she used it on his feet, but that's okay. Jesus
Right.
says it's okay.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
So spikenard has a lot of great benefits for
Yes, it
us.
does.
And we want to talk, we know that it had benefits back in the day.
Right.
So we're going to talk about the benefits that it carries for us today.
Yes. And as we can see that, of course, the first thing you think of is the perfume.
Perfume.
Yes.
And as it mentioned in the verse, it filled the air with the perfume, the aroma. Now, that's something I didn't realize was that spikenard is good for pink eye and rashes.
Yes, it is.
You know, and pink eye is something that, how do you know when you have it?
That is, all you know is your eye is red and
Or
doesn't
itch.
guarantee. Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, but it could be an allergy.
exactly.
That's true.
So
too,
it's
yes.
hard to determine whether
Whether
it's
it's
pink
pink
eye
eye
without
or
going to the doctor.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this would be an oil if I didn't want to spend that day in the doctor's office trying to get to the doctor's office, and he may tell me a month from now, well, I may be blind by then. You can pull out your
Yeah.
spikenard and treat yourself.
So you want to just put it, because you could use spikenard aromatically and topically.
Yes.
So you want to put it just underneath the
Yeah, I
eye.
would stick with the bone of the eye
There you go.
and apply it around the bone of that eye.
And if you have rashes, wherever your rash is,
Rashes,
you could put
that's
it on
where-
that rash.
Yes.
And keep in mind, though, if you're gonna be using it topically, you might want to use some carrier
Fractionated
oil.
And I am going to stick with something that stays in my mind that Dr. Hill says all the time. Whether it tells you you can use it neat, whether or not you don't have the reaction to the oil, use a carrier oil anyway.
And it's,
It's
not
more
going to diminish
it
it.
doesn't diminish the
in fact, it
oils.
helps it.
It becomes more beneficial
Yes.
because some of our oils, when you and I think spikenard is one of them, they evaporate really, really fast.
Mhm.
So you would end up using half the bottle on one little spot, just
Right.
trying to get it to absorb into the body. Whereas your carrier oil will help carry that to that spot
and
then distribute it
to the cells.
evenly to the
That's
cells.
correct. That's correct.
Yes.
I see that it's also good for insomnia, and stress and
Oh,
tension.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
If
so
I-
it can ground you.
Yes.
Trying to be all excited. It can
Yes.
just bring
Okay.
And I was stressful
Calm
the
you
other day, but I did use another oil, but spikenard
Okay.
would have been really a
Really,
great oil
sure
to
would.
use.
Yes.
Mhm.
And especially in this season.
Yes,
Yes, especially
You
in the
aren't
season.
kidding.
You're right.
In this
that's
season.
right.
Mhm.
That's right. So it's also uplifting, and it gives you that tranquil, relaxing. When we talk about that stress, we need to relax, and
Yes,
it's going to
we do.
uplift us.
Yes.
So this is a great oil to help to uplift you, and even if you're doing a massage,
Yes.
That is
it's
true.
great to use with a massage to
Yes.
relax you as well.
And it's good, I see, for some feminine issues that we
Yeah.
tend to run into, be you young or old, because depending upon your body, it changes. So as we get older, I wouldn't have never thought that I would be running into yeast infections
Yes.
at this
Exactly.
age.
Right, yeah.
Right, absolutely.
You know, so
But it could be
It-
something you ate.
it could be something you
Yes.
ate, not doesn't necessarily have to do with the age,
Absolutely,
but our
absolutely.
age does play into
Play a role
that
in
fact.
It does.
And but it, like you said, something that I had no business putting in my mouth.
Right,
We do
Okay.
that all the time, don't we?
right.
All the time.
And that has happened.
And
you
that's a
know.
whole nother topic that we're gonna talk about later.
One day, one day.
Right.
Okay, and cleansing the skin, how about that? You could add it to your favorite cleanser,
Yes.
and you're gonna get some natural benefits.
Benefits.
Help you to calm you down, like we said, and relax you as
And make
well.
your skin beautiful. For those
And
of us that are vain
Smell good
and smell
at
good.
the same time. Smell
Right.
good.
Absolutely.
And now, something we don't always want to talk about, but people that are ill,
Ill,
terminally
Terminally
ill,
ill.
in
Yes,
hospital.
yes.
or that are in hospice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Particularly a hospice at home,
Yeah.
because so many of us are choosing to do that at home.
Mhm.
They don't want to be taken to a facility. So this would be the perfect oil to diffuse in the
Yeah.
room.
Yes.
Yes.
And it would help not only that person, but everybody
Else
in the room.
That's
That
right.
is true.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Okay, so those are the great benefits of spikenard. So let's take a look at our next oil.
Which is myrrh. And they brought Jesus to a place called Golgotha. Golgotha, which means the piece of the skull. Place of the skull. Oh my gosh. My eyesight.
Okay.
Place of the skull. Then they offered him the wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. And they crucified him. And that's found in Mark 22:23. And myrrh, the ancient record shows that myrrh was also valuable and that it was worth its weight in gold. It's been used for centuries in perfumes, religious ceremonies, and wellness practices because of its incredible benefits. It is one of our certified pure tested grade with doTERRA. And myrrh essential oil is derived from a gummy resin of a small thorny tree. It has a warm, earthy, and somewhat sweet aroma. And it is a thick oil.
I was
mean,
just getting ready to say, and it is
Yes.
thick.
It is
Yeah.
very thick, and that's a picture as you see
See,
on the screen of
right.
what that myrrh.
So what I
Itself looks
do
like.
with
Yeah.
my myrrh when I have to use it and I haven't capped it,
Okay.
uncapped it, opened it in a
Right.
minute, put it in your hands, rub it together,
Together. Heat it up.
heat it up,
Oh, really?
and then because other than that,
You're gonna be
what's
holding-
the ketchup commercial? You're gonna be
Holding
Waiting
it.
forever.
waiting,
Yes,
okay? And I
okay.
need this now.
Right.
But I
Yeah,
like
that's a great idea.
myrrh because at the time when my mom was alive, we discovered she had a thyroid problem, hyperthyroid.
Okay.
So she called, she was trying to do the healthy thing and not take too much Western modern medication. So she called me, so what do you got? And I pulled out the book and, we're going to make you up some pills. And myrrh was one of them.
Okay.
And to put it into the veggie cabinet. And they actually worked. She looked forward to taking her capsules.
Wow.
So to the point where, and that's when I was working full time.
Mhm.
So I would make them up in advance. And because the oils were potent, I put them in the veggie cabinet, but I would put them in the freezer.
I was about to say, you
To-
make them up in advance.
Yes,
Yeah,
to
how you
keep
keep
them,
them, yeah.
put them in the freezer.
Okay.
Okay.
And it'll hold up for about 5 days.
Okay.
Good 5 days.
Mhm.
And it won't eat through the veggie cabinet.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds
And
like a
it
winner.
worked because
Mhm.
one day she woke up and this was just at the beginning of her starting to use them.
Mhm.
And she was weaning herself off of the medication. She was having a reaction of not having that level. So her eyes sort of bugged out. It was like,
Wow.
okay. But by the end of the day, with using the blend that she was taking, she was,
Anyway,
they
that's
worked.
wonderful, wonderful.
Awesome to hear
So that's
about
the
that.
thyroid
That's the thyroid. Yes.
benefit. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to support your whole
The whole
immune
immune
system.
system.
Not only did it do it for just
Exactly,
the
yeah.
thyroid, it's going to help the
Exactly.
whole immune system.
Exactly.
So congestion, because I know a friend of mine was congested
Mhm.
and she used the myrrh oil. She said it worked tremendously for her.
Awesome.
The myrrh oil, and if you had that mucus going on too,
Okay.
it's great for it. Did
Well,
help
thank
her
you
with
all for that because I
yeah.
have been going through something and I never thought to use
Used
myrrh.
to myrrh.
No.
Neither did I, and I'm going to recommend it to my
yes.
son because
Mm.
he's, well, one, if he would leave the dairy alone, he'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
But even before that, he's had a broken nose, so he tends to have sinus problems sometimes. And then
That's
when he drinks milk, the mucus just
Yeah.
complicates the
It
issue.
does.
So I'm gonna tell him, lay off the milk and use the myrrh.
Yes,
There you
yes, yes, because I will definitely do that when I get home because I've tried everything.
Okay.
But I like it that help with upset, digestive upset and cramping
and I
too.
didn't know that either
Wow,
about the
great
digestive.
digestive oil. Me neither. So
Yeah.
it is great for
And
the
because
digestive
I
system.
would have recommended a whole bunch of different oils,
Right.
and myrrh would
And
not
not
have
have
been
been
in
in
the
Yeah,
it.
it would
list.
not have been in
It wouldn't have made
Right.
the bottom of the list.
And just as you said, making it so you will know that we can take this particular oil internally.
Yes.
Yes.
So we
yes.
just for that digestive issue, you
Mhm.
want to take it
Take it
internally.
internally.
Absolutely.
Okay, and help with the cramping, yes, take it
Mhm.
internally.
Yes.
There's
Okay.
eczema and wounds.
Wounds.
You can use it on those as
And
well.
just think about, I'm hearing so many more people today having eczema.
Eczema.
I
And they're
too.
coming up, and if you notice on your TV, even I've gotten away from the regular TV, but even the streaming,
Mhm.
Mhm.
all you see are a bunch of commercials
Yeah,
for
For
eczema.
eczema. Yes.
To
Yeah.
use this Humana and what's this other one they got?
I don't know.
You know, and
I know what you're talking about. But I can't
Rizia,
remember.
something
Yeah,
like that.
something. Yeah.
And it's like all these empire and these people, the people that are being affected, they're young.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's not just middle age and old.
It isn't.
These are young.
Yeah.
I mean young, like kids young.
Right. And that's what my and actually my grandson has it. So I told her to add, well, I didn't tell her about the myrrh, but I had told her some other oil. I can't
Oils,
remember
yeah.
right now what it was to add to his lotion. And it was helping him.
Yes.
So now we can tell them
So
that they can
now
use
we know
myrrh as
myrrh
well.
is a great
Great
oil
oil.
to use for that.
And on
eczema.
wounds as well. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been using something else on my wounds, but that sounds like a winner for
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
You know,
Because it's
I gravitate toward, and that's why I love our doTERRA oils.
Mhm.
They're multifunctional.
Yes, they
Okay.
are.
As
Yes.
you can see with all
Well,
the coverage
there you
that
go.
they do.
Yeah.
And so if myrrh doesn't work for you and
There's
and
another.
on the wound, because again, that wasn't my lavender. I pull out the lavender when you want that wound and you don't want the
Exactly.
scar, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
That's-
And when you think about this, when they gave this gift to Jesus too, so
Yes.
it wasn't expensive.
expensive.
gift.
Good.
So it had to
And
be
they gave it to a
powerful,
baby.
a baby. Yes.
So
So that means it had to be powerful.
Powerful.
Something.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Awesome.
true.
Yes.
Absolutely. And it's seemingly you can use it in meditation, just to
Yes.
put it on your pulse points and
Points, yeah.
something.
or diffuse.
Or diffuse
Mhm.
it.
You know, you
I've
can
never
use
diffused it.
If you're into yoga or
Yeah.
you want to like to sit down and
Mhm,
just be
mhm.
quiet and you may have some soft background music. Maybe you're
Or even
conversing with the
we talk
Lord
about
at that
using
point.
the oils. Here we go.
Go.
In
Just
your
like
hand.
Okay.
Drop in your
Drop in your
hand.
hand.
That's true.
Up
There you go.
Yeah.
And I have
Hand
grapefruit with
diffuser.
me. There you go. And even though we're talking
This is
about
working
myrrh,
out, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand diffuse my grapefruit
It smells
because
so good.
I need a little help with my weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, that
So,
smells so good when you
yes.
do that. And
Yes,
just
it
inhale
does.
those. You could just if you don't have a diffuser, this is the way to do it.
This
Yes.
you have a
Yes.
diffuser. Everybody
has
a
their own.
diffuser. Okay.
Right. That's right.
Like
You
this.
got two of these. You got
You
one
got
of these.
Even one. That's right. You've got a diffuser.
diffuser.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And emotional balance.
Yes.
Yes. That
That and
kind of relates to the same thing as calming down and doing
Yeah,
meditation.
meditation.
Yeah.
and at this time, this age, this
Yes.
that we're in, this chaos that we're in, I think I need to go home and diffuse some myrrh.
I
Yeah.
think I'm going to use it for my congestion.
Oh, yeah, and your mucus.
My mucus. I mean, I'm doing well right
Well,
now.
you know what? I've got 2 sick people in my household right now. I sit there listening to them coughing.
You mean
And
to tell me not
I
walking
said,
around with your on guard
know what?
spray bottle?
I need to. I need to.
Did you just sneeze?
I said, turn that diffuser on. Turn that diffuser on. But you know what? I'm going to go home and give them some myrrh.
myrrh. There you
Myrrh.
go.
Yes,
Just to
that'll
help them
start
with
the
that.
process.
Yes. Yeah.
Start
Yes.
the process.
Yes.
Going to help them with that. So this oil was an amazing oil that they used and tried to give Jesus at the cross.
Yes.
Because most people think of myrrh just not realizing, at least for me, it was used at the cross.
Yes.
My association with myrrh will always be baby Jesus,
Yes.
giving it
Right.
to baby Jesus.
That's right.
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 Yes.
That's what we all think about at
Yes,
the time.
that's true.
And we don't
Yes,
think about
that's true.
How,
How,
we talk about how we're using it today.
yes,
But I bet you for a lot, maybe not similar, but a lot of these digestive issues, I'm sure they all
exactly.
had some kind of digestive issue and infections and viruses going
Viruses.
around.
That,
They
that
had
was
them back then.
back then, just time.
They did it
Some
back
things,
then and
and
they're
they're
doing
doing
it
it today.
today.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
The virus or bacteria may have changed a little bit,
Yeah.
but they were using it for their process.
Yes.
And also something that we don't do that they did back then, these oils they used a lot in a lot of their spiritual
Right, rituals.
rituals and
Ceremonies.
ceremonies
Yeah.
and things. And even if you're not into the ritual, make your own, your everyday protocol.
Right.
If, again, like we were saying with the meditation,
Mhm.
Right.
diffuse
Yeah,
it,
you took
sit
right out my
down
mouth. Yeah.
and be quiet. Or if that's the time when you're reading the
Even,
word,
that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
When you have your time with God,
Yes.
that's your time to
That's-
just
yes.
put that myrrh.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to the next one that they used during this time of taking Jesus to the cross.
Cross. Yes. And that would be hyssop. Okay. Now we are talking about these oils. First, let me read before I'm all over the place. Jesus said, I am thirsty. A jar of wine vinegar was there. So they soaked a sponge in it, put the sponge on a stalk of hyssop plant, and lifted it to Jesus' lips. When he had received the drink, Jesus said, it's finished. John 19:28-30. So my first thought with this is pretty much the last thing that Jesus consumed in his
Yes.
life on earth. Okay.
Yes.
But with hyssop, and we're talking about these oils, and we'll come back to hyssop. I wish I had bought, because doTERRA
Yes.
offered a limited line in addition, and they do it every so often. So when it comes back, we'll be sure to let everybody know. And it includes, and it comes in a beautiful little wooden case, and it includes the hyssop that we have been talking about. It also has myrrh in it. And if I'm not mistaken, it has the holy basil in it.
I
Was
think
it?
it did. I think it did have holy basil.
Okay, and it was 2 more because I think
Right.
it was a set of 5 oils.
Yeah.
Yes, but as a matter of fact, the little wooden container looked a lot like the picture, the design
on the hyssop
on the hyssop bottle.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes,
it did. Yeah.
yes. And as you can see, even during biblical times, as we've been saying, hyssop was used in many spiritual and religious ceremonies. There are blessings and protection. We all need blessings.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Why wait? I mean, why if they was doing it in the biblical times, why are we not doing it now?
Now.
Exactly. Exactly. And medicinal purposes, and which we'll talk about some of those purposes. Now, hyssop was always used back then for medicinal purposes. They used it for the digestive issues, whenever
Okay.
they had any digestive issues, or even some respiratory problems they had.
Yes.
They were using this oil.
Yes. And I have to admit, I have this oil. I have not cracked that bottle.
You know,
I am one of those people when it's a limited edition. I'm gonna hide it.
That's
The
me.
dust is gonna grow. Dinosaurs will be roaming.
That is me too. I mean, we should be using
Use
this
it.
hyssop because it has so many great
Right, it
benefits.
does.
But you
So
know, it's
why
like
I
you
just
not?
said,
don't know when I'm gonna
because
get
it's
my
a limited
hands
edition.
on it
It
again.
doesn't
It's-
matter.
It's
You
not
need to
great to
use
see.
it.
Yeah, I know. I don't want
I
to
don't
use it and I can't get it again
Exactly.
right away because all
So what's
hyssop
gonna
is
happen
not
when
the
you
same.
stop
I
thinking
know.
clearly?
I know.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, the hyssop that you may find out there on the shelf
It's
is
not
not
good.
doTERRA's hyssop.
No, and it's
No.
not going to
Okay.
be the same. most
You're
likely.
not going to get the same result.
Yes. Yes.
You know, better start using it.
Yeah. So yeah, look, like you said, help us to think clearly. Look, I won't be able to think if I'm not using my hyssop.
Right.
No, I may be able to think too clearly if I'm not using it.
So yeah, and it's good for spiritual cleansing because of
That's
course
true.
everything was first spiritual.
Yes.
It was used for spiritual
Yes.
cleansing. And the respiratory system, like we said, it helped with that.
Mhm.
And those women, what, PMS?
Yes.
Who's going
Yes.
through PMS?
Okay.
My
Thank God my
teenagers.
days
My
Over with.
teenager.
Yeah, thank God for that. Yeah. And cleanses the skin.
Yes.
But now that we say that, PMS,
Mhm.
because some of the symptoms of menopause is similar to that,
Yeah, that is
we
so
could
true.
use that because
Mhm.
scientists have discovered over the years
Mhm.
that women may never come out of menopause. Your symptoms may diminish.
Mhm.
They won't be as strong as when you first go in. But think about it. Have you ever been sitting? Because I know it's happened to me, and I haven't been what I consider menopause in a minute. Sitting in the room and suddenly you get high, and you know that feeling.
Yes.
You know exactly what it is.
I could be in the, it's like covers on, covers on, covers on, covers on. And yeah. And really, I've been through that. I mean,
Okay,
that
that's
process, I thought.
that
I've gone through
happens.
that.
So you're
You
still
thought.
you're going to continue.
No,
Okay,
no.
My
may
thing-
not be as often,
Mhm.
but it's going to continue.
Interesting. You know, when my mom was living, she said, I never had menopause. And I did not believe her. I thought all women had to have it.
Yeah.
Not
But guess
necessarily.
what? I haven't had it.
You're
Really?
one of the lucky
You
ones.
are, what a blessing.
And I could not
Okay.
believe that she didn't when she was, alive. When she said it,
She
I said,
passed that
"Mm,
gene on to
she
you.
sure did."
How
You
about that?
are
I
a
have
lucky
not.
one.
That's why I was like, I don't know
No.
about that
Oh,
one.
to just be sitting down and you're minding your own
Mhm.
business. And for me, it would start right here. And it just get hotter and hotter. And I knew
Wow.
eventually, once it reached the forehead, that temperature would come back down. But I'm just feeling the process. And,
Going on,
and
moving
the
on
water
up.
is right, it's moving up, and the water is just pouring.
When I did see my older sister, she had gone through the shower.
Exactly.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
she just
exactly.
hated it.
Wow. So wow, that's amazing.
It is.
So
So I just haven't experienced it. And I'm praying that I don't.
well, we
Okay.
thank God for
God,
that.
thank God for that. Yes, indeed. And removing emotional hurdles.
Yeah, a lot of emotions going
What's
on.
Yeah, and
Yes,
there's
it
another
is.
oil that cleanses minor abrasions. I mean, you know how we've been seeing oils that would take care of
Cuts and
cuts.
scrapes.
Yes,
Mm.
so it can do the same.
Yes.
So many of these oils are helping you emotionally. The ones that we
yes,
just talked about,
that's
they're
true.
still helping you
Mhm.
emotionally as well, and always used for spiritual.
And maybe
Always.
that is a theme or a string or a key. This is something that they did in the biblical times, but they made sure they used it on Jesus throughout his life.
Mhm.
So
Mm. Interesting.
And I think too, when I use my oils on the bottom of my feet, I think basically that's why I stay calm and collected.
yes.
Maybe I need to use more often.
Yes.
on my feet.
Throw a little
Well,
balance
Because
in
for a
there.
while there, I was going through this real stressful. I don't know
I've
why.
had some stressful moments,
yeah.
but I use a lot of my
But I
oils.
did find a doTERRA oil that did help me, and it
Mhm.
was the adaptive. I mean,
Okay.
that's not
Oh,
on
yeah.
here, but
Good.
that adapt. I mean, you wouldn't believe how stressed I was. I could not believe it.
And I've used the
I get to that too.
soft gels. I cannot describe that. I can't find the words for that feeling.
That is,
It's
just
really.
amazing.
What oil
Yeah.
did you
I use the adaptive
adapted as
Mhm.
well?
soft
Yeah.
gels.
Okay.
Yep.
So I guess we could use our hyssop, and when we run out of our hyssop,
You fall back on the adaptive.
on the adaptive.
I don't think you're gonna run out of this because I don't think the bottle's gonna ever be open.
You're right. You're right. That's a shame to say, but,
But it's the truth.
yes, I just want to hold on to it. Hold on to it.
I
Oh my
still
God.
have a half a bottle of white fur
That you're holding on
that
to.
I'm holding on to.
Okay.
I will not let you breathe on that bottle.
Wow.
Okay. And I love it
And that was
because
also
it was a doTERRA oil and they switched over to the Siberian because white fur was not becoming sustainable.
Okay, I thought you were
So
going to say it was
doTERRA doesn't.
Yeah.
special edition. again.
Hyssop is probably a hard oil to
Just-
source.
I think
Right.
that's what it is.
So
Yes.
that's why it's so limited.
Exactly.
And it could be very costly to source, but
And doTERRA
that's
doesn't
why I
believe
hang on to it
in
until they do
do
another edition.
Okay.
Then
There you
I'll
go.
open it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
that
I'll
makes
open the one I
Yeah,
have
right.
and then
Save that
hide the one.
As soon as I can replace it, I'll open it.
Yes.
But in the meantime, I'm using adaptive. Okay, as we take a look at the next oil that was used on Jesus during this period,
Sandalwood.
sandalwood. So,
And
and the scripture goes, and after this, Joseph of Arimathea, being a disciple of Jesus, but secretly for the fear of the Jews, besought Pilate that he might take away the body of Jesus, and Pilate gave him leave. He came therefore and took the body of Jesus, and there came also Nicodemus, which at the first came to Jesus by night and brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 100-pound weight. And that scripture is found in John 19, verses 38 through 39.
yes.
Sandalwood
So
is a
sandalwood.
name. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
I was going to help you with this.
Go ahead. Yes, by all means.
Sandalwood is a name given to the class of fragrant woods that, unlike other aromatic woods, will retain their fragrance for decades.
Wow.
And one other wood that does that,
Which one is that?
cedar wood.
Oh, okay.
And we will talk about that soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but I'm sorry
Go
to
ahead.
cut you off.
No.
But so it's not to confuse everybody. In the Bible, a lot of the wood oils were called aloes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Aloes.
aloes.
Mhm.
So that you don't be confused. They're talking about sandalwood, and all I see is aloes.
Yeah,
They
that's right.
refer to these oils as aloes. Okay, so
Yes.
don't be confused. They are talking either sandalwood, cedar wood. They're talking the wood oil when you see that.
Right.
Sandalwood, excuse me, can be used three ways though: aromatic, topically, and internally. And it's a very expensive oil, but it's an oil that can do so many wonderful things. It can reduce the appearance of your skin imperfections, which means that you can put it on with your makeup. I mean, if you want to make
Yes.
sure
yeah.
you're putting makeup
Hey,
on, you can
got
put this sandalwood. Yeah.
There we
A little
go.
bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there we go.
And there you go
So-
again. Promotes healthy looking, smooth skin.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So we need to pull out of our sandalwood
Sandalwood.
and mix it with your famous or lotion or potion, whatever
That's
you
true.
use,
Yes.
and help give you that healthy looking skin. And it will help you with other issues.
And
for
it
sure.
is calming and relaxing. Let me
Yes.
tell you, it was either sandalwood or cedarwood when I first started using the essential oils.
Mhm.
And I was playing around with them and I
Mhm.
was diffusing and was doing some research, looking at the Essential Life book,
Mhm.
learning up on the oils. And I couldn't figure out why I kept nodding off. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. Until finally I came across the page with the woods, the sandalwood and the cedarwood. Oh yeah, very common and relaxing. Well, no wonder I can't stay awake.
So it helped to relax you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the
Well,
next,
can you wait? Meditation and yoga. When am I going to go to sleep?
No, that was just the effect that I was
I was-
having
yeah, I
because
right,
I
right.
was actually relaxed.
Yeah, but it is great. For
And then
meditation.
when you're reading, sometimes the reading can become monotonous.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're not moving.
Right.
So I found myself going, wait a minute. And I couldn't figure out why I got so relaxed. And then when I continue with my research,
Uh-huh.
and
There
that's
it
what
was.
happens. That's part of the oil journey. You know,
Okay.
you
I think
you
so.
learn.
because
as you use
when
them,
I-
you learn.
I used sandalwood when I first started using the doTERRA oils, but I used it for my cancer,
Oh,
Okay.
you know, and I just put it on rub it in and just, it was so good. to me.
Okay.
So that's where I was using it.
And
All
the
right.
cancer and tumors, great
Yeah.
for that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
And
And,
it
I use it both ways. I use the internal, topical, and
And
As
there you
Miss
go.
Brenda likes to say, heal from the inside out.
Right.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I guess I better go back and get it for that Alzheimer's.
I'm having memory
No,
lapse.
I have
Yes.
senior moments.
Right.
We're not gonna call on that. We're not claiming that.
No,
Exactly.
we're not,
but
no,
yeah.
we're not claiming it, but I'm telling you,
Yeah, I know.
I have walked in
Exactly.
the room and forgot what I came
What am I
for.
going in here for?
Yes, yes.
Alzheimer's disease. So many people are
Struggling with that.
struggling.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes.
family members. So
Yes.
this is a great oil to diffuse for them.
And not even necessarily Alzheimer's per se. Those other mental diseases that have some of the same symptoms that Alzheimer's have, this oil will work for them.
Right.
That means,
It will.
Ruth, we better start.
Yes, we
using-
better. Yes, we better. Because I love sandalwood. I
Oh,
really
yeah.
do.
It does. It
The
does.
oil is just dynamic.
It smells
to me.
good. Yes, it does.
Yeah, and even when people, we hear of people have a lot of sciatica, and I'm hearing a little bit more about Lou Gehrig's
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah,
so,
because that
yeah.
was something that you didn't hear too often.
Yeah.
But a lot of these illnesses are cropping up again. The
Exactly.
measles is on the rise.
I know. I
Right,
heard
right.
that. Yeah, but that's. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we know that it's calming and relaxing,
Yes.
and it provides that grounding effect for our meditation
Yes.
and helps us with our yoga. So sandalwood is an awesome oil.
It is.
Yes, it is.
I recommend that
I recommend
oil.
it. Okay.
Everything.
So
Almost.
as we take a look at our next one, which is still another aloe.
It's that
Cedarwood.
good old
That's the one you
cedarwood
was
we're
talking
talking
about.
about.
Cedarwood.
And think about it. Oh, first let's do
Read
the
the script.
There you go. Let's read the scripture first.
And he be and
So
he
everybody
bearing
started at the same time now.
and he bearing his cross went forth into a place called the place of the skull, which is called in the Hebrew Golgotha, where they crucified him and two others with him on either side, one and Jesus in the midst. This is
Yes.
found in John 19:17-18.
Okay, I was thinking of several things. And the first thing that sort of jumps out at me is the insect repellent. Well, yes,
Ooh,
think about it.
yeah.
We have cedar chests.
We
That's
do.
made out of
Yes,
cedar wood.
yes.
Well, not only that, when I had my first house, I had a cedar closet. And I didn't
Okay.
have to even put my fur
Your-
coat in the cleaning.
Yeah,
in the
in the
storage.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And I had a cedar wood chest. Got it from my
Yes.
grandma and ended up leaving it in one of my moves.
And I bet you
And
hate
I
that.
do.
Yeah.
I regret it to this day. But here's a little tidbit or trivia, so to speak. In doing the research of our oils, there's the debate going on of what the cross that Jesus was
Yes.
hung and carried, what wood was it made of? And cedar wood is one of
I
the
thought-
woods at the
Mhm.
top of the list of that
Mhm.
debate.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
I think I read that it was cedar wood.
Yeah.
It was one of those. I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a debate on about
Mhm.
but you're right. See,
Well,
it was
cedar wood is the warm, woody aroma of cedar wood essential oil promotes a relaxing environment when used topically or aromatically. So
Yes.
I agree.
so it is calming again and relaxing.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
As always.
And this is one oil that we do not take internally,
Right.
That's true.
Just use topically.
just use
And you know what?
Your
topically.
coughs and your sinuses, though, you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
put it somewhere. So I'm thinking you put it over your
Put it
the
around your
bridge,
sinus
the
area.
sinus
Yeah.
area.
Mhm.
Yes.
then
And
there-
always, wait a minute, always wear under the
the
bottom
bottom
of
of
our
the
feet.
feet. I was
That's
just going
true.
to say the
Yes,
bottom of
you're
your
right.
feet
Yes.
because there are parts of our body that are highways and roadmaps to main function systems and or organs.
That's
Yes.
true.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's our hands, our ears, and our feet.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. There you
And the
go.
spine.
And the spine, yes, because we do something with the
That's
spine
true.
protocol.
Yes.
Yes, and if you would like to know or learn anything about reflexology, give us a call, 312-469-9667, or email us at forvisionsforoils@gmail.com.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're going to show that information
again.
later on
Right.
down. And we
Yes.
should have showed it sooner. But so not only that, we have a lot of people that are having strokes too and seizures.
Sure.
More people are having seizures.
Yes.
So
yes.
this is an oil. If you know somebody that's having seizures, they may need to diffuse this
Yes.
oil
Yeah,
throughout the
definitely
day,
in the
and
environment.
even maybe put it on their bottom
Up
of their
under
feet.
feet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And strokes, and getting ready to work with a client now. She had a stroke several years ago, but she's ready to
To
learn
learn.
how to walk again.
Yes.
So we're going to do that protocol on the spine
Okay.
to help.
And again, going back to Dr. Hill, I would recommend always, as Brenda said, putting it on the bottom of the feet
Mhm.
because the bottom of the feet, the skin is thicker. So you
Yes.
tend to not have less or any reaction
That's
Right.
of any kind.
Right.
So, and so if you did have a reaction, it's not going to bother you as much. I would rather the bottom of my foot than be walking
Mhm.
around with a rash on my arm
That's
or
right.
in my face.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, bottom of the feet is the place to start.
And I can see that's also good for urinary
Tract.
tract, bladder, and vaginal infections.
Yes.
So
And
that's
again,
another
us,
oil you could use if you,
Yeah.
if
us
you can't use
seasoned
one.
females, this is an oil that
Yeah.
we can
Right.
use.
Right.
Mhm.
And our kids and our adults now, ADD, ADHD,
Yes.
and low GABA levels. This is also great to diffuse, especially when they're trying to study or just calming them. They need calming down or settling
Exactly.
down.
I mean,
This will-
people really do need to take that into consideration
They do,
because of all the
especially-
things that's happening with our
With
kids these days.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right. So much
Yeah.
is going on with
That's
them.
so
you know.
true.
So yeah, they do need calming.
Yes, they do.
And I know we have done a study in the school, but it was not with this particular oil, one wild orange,
Yes.
in which we
Okay,
are
sure
going to
did.
be offering free. But just to give you a knowledge, it was a study done in school and also in Vanderbilt Hospital.
Sure.
Yes.
But we'll talk about the Vanderbilt
Really?
later. But let me
Yes.
just say in the school, they diffused, they had several diffusers going on in the classroom with the wild orange.
Yes.
And they found that the kids' disposition was better and their grades went
Went
up. And they had stopped, they did that for about 3 or 4 days.
Mhm.
And then they turned it off. And when the kids came in, they could
They
feel the
asked-
difference.
yeah,
And they
did.
started asking
Something's
for
wrong.
it.
Right, they started
Yeah.
requesting.
You
Yeah.
need to turn those, they call them tornado things.
Yeah.
You need to turn those things back on. So that diffusing in the classroom is great for our kids. The
Yes.
schools need to realize this could help them out and improve their
Tremendous.
scores. Yeah.
And improve their scores and take some of the kids off of this medication,
Medication,
that they
exactly.
really don't need,
Right.
you know,
Yes.
Right. So this,
and get better results in the classroom.
right.
As far as the attitude,
Mhm.
you know,
Calming.
So, I mean,
participation.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
We talked about the wild orange, but this is also a great oil to use too.
That's
Cedarwood.
true.
Yes,
So many different oils that you can use
use.
to help to calm and relax people,
Right.
and
Yes.
which will help them to focus,
Focus.
more.
And definitely if it's helping ADD and ADHD,
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
you can get them to pay attention more properly.
So those are the few oils that we wanted to talk to you today in regards of Resurrection Sunday.
Yes.
So now we're going to go to our next slide, and we're going to tell you something about these oils that we keep talking about. Don't you?
Yes. three amazing things about doTERRA that I really love. And the first thing is, of course, that we've been saying all day long, they're natural. So when it's natural, that automatically sort of makes it safe.
Yes.
You
Yes,
feel
it does.
very safe, and there will be no side effects from this. They come from the plant, the actual root, the bark, the leaves that
Yeah.
it comes from. And they are more powerful than your dried herbs. One drop of our peppermint oil would literally make 28 cups of peppermint
Peppermint
tea.
tea. How about that?
So that is good. And I like the fact that a lot of these oils you can cook with. So when I cook, sometimes, yeah, I want the fresh, but I may not be using it fast enough. So I'm wasting money because I'm looking at my parsley and my oregano and
Yeah.
basil dry up and shrivel away to
Right.
nothingness. Or they get so slick, it's like, I'm not putting that in my food. So they, in that sense, they are very useful. They're very effective as far as um, using with our modern Western medication. We have a blend, as you can see on the screen, called On Guard. It's very good for the immune system. If you are watching, you can see your screen. We have a sale on the screen. Imagine this is your cell, and we have an oily membrane that's protecting the cell. So water cannot penetrate that cell. Oils can.
Yeah.
So if you have a virus which gets inside, we have an oil that can walk in there and go, you're not welcome. Okay. If you have the bacteria that's lurking on the outside doing damage to the cell, all of our oils will tell that bacteria, you're not welcome. You got to go. Cost effective, very much so. Go to the doctor. You're going to either miss a half a day or a whole day, provided you can even see the doctor. You're going to waste time and gas. Even if you're not paying anything, your time is money. Okay?
That's right.
When it comes to like something as simple as an ear infection, I could take a little lavender, a little tea tree oil, put it in the palm of my hand, rub it around the bone of my ear. 12 hours later, I'm great. You, on the other hand, went to the doctor, you spent money on your prescription, maybe not, but you got to take it. Now it's messed up your stomach.
Yep.
Okay. Now you got to go back and get something else to help your stomach.
That's right.
And I'm sitting at home. I only spent a few pennies. And those are some amazing things about the doTERRA essential oil. And what else can we tell them?
So we want to talk about now the 3 ways to use them. If you go to the
Okay.
next slide.
Yes, there are 3 great ways to use doTERRA essential oils. You cannot go to the drugstore or pharmacy and get an oil that will be able to go all 3 ways. You may get it aromatically and you may get it topically, but doTERRA adds one other way, which is internally. So doTERRA oils can be used aromatically by diffusing it. And we've been talking about diffusing oils since we started. But when you diffuse your favorite oil, whatever it is, it's going to give you either a positive effect or other type of benefit. And it's going to give you a good mood swing, and it's going to cleanse the air and support your respiratory system. And I think we can tell you that especially with peppermint can just give you an uplifting. And also our other favorite, which we mentioned we would probably give away today, that's wild orange. Those are uplifting oils, and they can be used aromatically by diffusing. The next way is topically. Now you can apply it for the area that you want to benefit. So it can be locally anywhere on your body that you feel like you need it. And we're showing here deep blue and the fractionated coconut oil because it's a carrier oil. And when you dilute it, you would like to have that fractionated coconut oil or any or jojoba or whatever oils that's kind of thin that you could use to make sure that it either helps you more by going into the sales, or it can keep you from having a hot oil that may give an effect on your, on your skin. So using it topically can benefit you, but you just have to know how to use it. So you can find out from us by either sending us an email at 4visionsforoil@gmail.com for more information. The third way is internally, which I mentioned that no other oil, maybe you can find one, but I know doTERRA has one because they put a supplemental label on the bottle so that you know the oils that you can use internally. And if you want to use it internally with the water, say for instance, do you drink enough water per day? Half your weight in ounces. And if you don't, is it because it doesn't taste good? Well, put it in a glass of water with our lemon oil, and you will get a refreshing taste from it. If you don't want to use it that way, you can use it in a veggie capsule, and doTERRA has a veggie capsule for you if you wish to use them that way. So you can get those from us as well. Put them in a veggie cap, or you could use it under your tongue. You get the same effect. All three ways is great for you. However, we suggest when you're using oils internally that you use it in a glass or use it in a stainless steel container, because our oils, as we told you before, are potent and they are natural. So they will pick up some of the things off of any other, the chemicals off of any other containers. So we're suggesting that you use a glass or stainless steel. So the three ways to use our oils: aromatically, topically, and internally.
And as we go to the next
And we
slide,
do have some other ways that we can use it. Yes.
So as we look at that next slide, we want to talk about, remember we talked about using them on the bottom of our feet? Yeah. That's just to show you how each organ is associated with the bottom of our foot.
Yes.
And I have another picture of a foot I'm going to bring to show us that really points out how our organs are related to our feet.
Okay.
So by putting them on the bottom of your foot, if you have something going on with your lungs, you find the area on the bottom of your foot and place the oil there. Now, it's going to also, these oils will also help with our hormones. Now, when we talked about inhaling them and breathing them in, we have what we call an olfactory nerve, which is right here. So when you're breathing in, you're breathing and sending a message to that olfactory nerve, which goes back to the limbic center and sends a message throughout your body. So that's how effective breathing in those oils are. And we're touching each single hormone cell in our body. Now, when we talk about a pregnant woman or using oils in our belly, now there's a pregnant woman that shows you by placing the oils in the belly. Well, let's go back. Pregnant woman, she nourished her baby, right?
Yes.
Through that navel, which was the umbilical cord. So it is a live organ. So we can place our oils there, and it's going to help reach out and touch every single organ, especially that digestive system. If you have any digestive issues, it's really a great place to place those oils in that navel. Now, like they did Jesus and others, anointing.
Yes.
It's very important to anoint your head, because that is our brain.
Yes.
And by anointing our brain, which is keeping us here, keeping us here.
Going back to the old Alzheimer's slide.
Okay, even when we talk about that Alzheimer's slide,
let's
anoint our head there to help with that. Alzheimer's too. So yes, that computer, we need to keep it functioning, and it's a great way to anoint our head in the morning with frankincense, the king of all oils. Now, we talked about the spine, which is also another great place, because our spine connects to the nervous system, which reach out and touch every organ and cell in the body. Also, a great protocol that we do is Symphony of the Cells. So this is another great way to use those oils and make sure that we're healing our bodies the way God intended us to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you could always again reach out to us at 4visions4oils@gmail.com, and we will be gladly send you a copy of this slide, especially with the foot.
Yes.
We will gladly send a copy of that. So this is how you're going to get in touch with us.
You can reach us at 4visions4oils@gmail.com or call us at 312-469-9667. When you make a purchase, we are going to send you a free wild orange. Hey, if you want to share this information with some friends and you would like for us to be able to do that for you, contact us at 4visions4oils@gmail.com and we can hold a specialized class for you. Maybe you want to know more about oils you could use with stress. We're here for you. So give us a call.
Okay, so as we go on to the next one, it's Happy Resurrection Sunday. I called it this particular slide. So we're going to look at some great diffusers because diffusing is an awesome way and an easy way for us to get these oils into our body.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And we go back just one,
Go back
to that slide. So it's not to lose anybody. We are saying your hands are diffusers. Maybe you don't know what a diffuser looks like. That's what a diffuser, but they have many.
Yes.
And I am addicted to diffusers. Okay. If they're cute, I want it.
Yes, I do. Me too.
I want it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I could go broke buying diffusers.
Now I have a diffuser in every room.
Exactly.
Every room I have a diffuser.
I have
Or
one
two.
in 3 or 4 rooms, but not all of them.
I may have two because I got the big humidifier in my bedroom as well as my Lotus.
Yeah.
Then I got the pedal in the bathroom. Then I bought the bevy for the kitchen.
Oh yeah. Is that the
The little black one that they first came out with. Yeah.
Oh no, okay. No, I have this one.
But I think they're all bevies.
Okay.
Those little
right.
round ones.
Right. I have this one that doTERRA's come out with now. It's really cute. It's like a little round ball.
Mhm.
And you could take a bottle of oil and just turn it up
Turn it
and
up.
set it in it. Now, as you walk by it, the motion, it will disperse oil.
Like
It's
the
limited
products that we
edition.
Oh, it's
see
another
on
limited
TV.
edition.
It's another,
Okay.
like the products you
You
see on TV.
So that's
Plug
gone.
it in.
It's
it's
sold out
down.
now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, but they'll bring it
Mother's
back.
Day is coming up, so let's hope
let's hope
They'll
they
bring it back.
Okay.
they'll bring it back for Mother's
So
Day.
now let's take a look at some of those recipes on our next slide. Okay, so these are some diffuser blends.
Yes, that you can put in your diffuser.
Resurrection
Like this in
morning,
your hand.
you can get up and put in some tangerine, some cedar wood, ginger. We didn't talk about, but it's a good oil, and patchouli. What a way to start your resurrection morning, okay? I'm loving it.
And then there's the Easter blessing with lemon oil, clary sage oil, basil, and spearmint.
And we have fresh blooms with grapefruit, ylang ylang, geranium, and neroli.
Grapefruit in the house.
Yes, next slide shows a couple of more recipes for those kids that want to say Happy Easter.
Maybe you're doing egg hunt. So here's some recipes to help get the kids into the mode and put the pretty fragrance in the house. We have hop to it, peppermint oil, tangerine, and lime.
Be happy, bergamot, lavender, and lemon.
And jelly beans, lemongrass, orange, lemon, cardamom.
Egg hunt, peppermint, geranium, and lemon.
Yes. Okay, as we move on, we just want to leave you with this scripture because we want to let you know that oils are what God intended for our medicine. Ezekiel 47:12. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, either shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to his months, because their water they issued out of the sanctuary. And the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the lead thereof for medicine. Again, Ezekiel 47:12.
12.
And
Next
as we go
slide.
to the next one, if
If you have any questions, we're looking for you to just get in touch with us. If you have pain, whatever you have, just contact For Visions for Oils
Got a pimple? We've already shown you some oils.
Yep.
at gmail.com. And the phone number is the 312-469-9667. Need help by trying to lose weight? I have a pimple that I cannot solve.
we got you.
And do
Yes.
you want to do a class? Come on, call us
There you
up.
go.
Let us hear from you.
Yes. And as we close out with our next slide, we want to just say thank you again for being with us and allowing us to share. And there's that contact phone number and the scripture we want to leave you with. For the Lord your God goes with you to fight for you against your enemies to give you the victory.
And that's found at
Deuteronomy
Go ahead.
24.
There you go. Thank you again for coming and sharing with us. And we look forward to seeing you again. Be
Yes.
blessed.
Be blessed.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ. WVTC Allsip Chicago. An iNetworks communication station.